Keep it going for Joe. Come on stage now. Come on, how's it works?
So I drove my mom's white Chevy Malibu from northeastern Pennsylvania to East Rutherford, New Jersey to see Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band live in concert at the old Giant Stadium. I had amazing tickets, floor seats about 15 rows back, center. I didn't pay for those tickets, but the tickets I paid for them were way up top, although they were still kind of expensive, although everything is kind of expensive when you're broke, and I was broke. After 9 years of living and working in New York City, I had saved a little bit of money. And after 1 year of self-indulgence, I spent all that money. And I had to move back to the small Pennsylvania town I had grown up in, live with my parents. You get the picture. About a month after I got there, my father was diagnosed with kidney cancer. Doctors didn't think he would last the year. It turns out he wouldn't last the summer. So while I had no business paying that money for expensive concert tickets, it was nice to have something fun to look forward to. See, in my 20s, I had developed into a significant Springsteen fan, listening to Thunder Road on repeat because I too am no hero, that's understood. I related so much to his song, The River, even though I'm nothing like the guy in the river. I love boring old stories of glory days, and I had a very Bruce Springsteen-like relationship with my hometown. And by that I mean, when Bruce sings about Jersey, you know he understands its many, many flaws, but it's where he's from. You know, there's love there. Where you're from will always be to some degree who you are, no matter where you go, and I understood that. So I drove that Chevy into old Giant Stadium's parking lot, and I had some work to do. See, I told you the tickets I bought were for way up top, but the friend I was going with, she had acquired through a colleague at work these amazing tickets, floor 15, center. She said, why don't you just scalp the tickets you bought and you can pay me for the ticket I bought. Both of my tickets were not as expensive as one of hers. So I got there, I walked around the parking lot of Old Giant Stadium trying to look neither like a sketchy hoodlum nor an eager fool, just trying to play it cool, be cool. You want some tickets? I got tickets. You want tickets? I didn't get any bites. And when I did, people would say things like, sure, I'll give you $10, and now I just felt insulted. Plus, I was seeing police officers around, and that made me nervous because I'm not a scalper, it turns out. It's not my career path. And things aren't going well in my life in the first place, so the last thing I need is to be arrested in Giant Stadium's parking lot and miss the show. So eventually the fear and the frustration win the day, and I say, forget it, and I just walk inside. And now I'm walking into Old Giant Stadium, and I'm thinking that I've got two kind of expensive but essentially worthless tickets in one pocket, and then one really expensive ticket in the other pocket, and that makes me think about the money that I'm spending on this show, and that reminds me that I don't really have any money, and that reminds me that I don't really have any great job prospects for my career, and that brings to mind that I'm living back with my parents, and that makes me think about my dad, and everything that's frustrating and sad in my life is snowballing in that moment until finally I screamed, luckily in my head, not with my mouth, Joe, enough. This is supposed to be your brief escape. It's a beautiful summer night. You're going to see a great show. Don't bring all of your shit with you into this stadium. Leave it in the parking lot for one night. It's the best advice I ever gave myself. I went in and stood amongst the true believers of New Jersey, the congregation of the East Street Cathedral. You don't have to be a Bruce Springsteen fan to enjoy a Bruce Springsteen concert. All that's required is a ticket and a pulse, and you'll get it. And I was getting it. And then this rock and roll miracle happened. They played this song, Waiting on a Sunny Day, from their album, The Rising. The sunny day that Bruce is singing about is just a better day, just an easier day, a day when the clouds part and the sky is blue and you can look up and feel like, you know what, maybe things are going to go my way, maybe things are going to turn a corner. To say I related to the sentiments of this song at this time in my life is a gross understatement. So I screamed the lyrics of that song like I did every song before, sure, but these lyrics, to me, these were about hanging in there, about hoping against hope, about not giving up, about not giving in, and all of a sudden, I am sobbing. I mean, I'm still smiling, I'm still singing, everything about my body is joy except my eyes, which are pouring forth all of the sadness and the frustration I had been feeling. And it was amazing. It was a catharsis, it was a release, it was unknown to me exactly what I needed. Now, when I left that stadium, I had to go pick up all of my worries and my fears and my frustrations and carry them with me as I drove back to that small Pennsylvania town I still didn't want to be living in. But maybe, in the afterglow of the show, I could begin to be a little grateful. It's nice to have some place to go when life gets tough. That little Pennsylvania town will always be, to some degree, who I am, no matter where I go. I've had these times in my life where I've had no money, and I've had some times in my life where I've had some money, and having some money is better every time. But the cost of those tickets cannot compare to the value of the spiritual resurrection I had in the swamplands, the meadowlands, the badlands of New Jersey at the feet of the boss. Best concert ever. Amen. Thank you.